welcome to my second part of my middle school survival guide. This is definitely a lot more of the fun stuff, like not really academics and stuff like that. It's more of the fun stuff like boys and fashion and makeup and junk like that. And just some like tips for school. But the first thing is boys. Okay. This one kind of gets under my skin because a lot of girls think that boys mean everything in middle school and that if they don't have a boyfriend then they're not cool and they're just lonely and everything like that. Trust me, I did not have a boyfriend all throughout middle school except for in 6th grade. I had a boyfriend in 6th grade. I had quite a few boyfriends in 6th grade. Not at the same time, but you get my point. But then 7th and 8th grade I just kind of, didn't really care all that much about boys. They can be very distracting, and especially if you're like me and you really like, well, okay, this is going to sound really nerdy, but I like school, so boys were kind of just like a roadblock in my way, trying to get me away from school and keep me off my track. I wanted to stay on track, and they would try to pull me off. So, just please don't be one of those girls who cares everything about boys and nothing about anything else. All they care about is boys and themselves. I know quite a few girls like that, and it just really bothers me, and it bothers a lot of other girls, and sometimes it bothers guys too. It's really annoying, and just try to do other things rather than think about boys 24/7. If you want to have a boyfriend, that's great, that's fine. Just don't let him consume your whole life. The next thing is like fashion and makeup. Definitely on fashion, try to be yourself and follow the school rules. If you have a dress code, definitely abide by that dress code. I have a uniform, so I can't really be myself with my uniform, but I really like my uniform, so it's okay. I know that sounds really weird, but I like my uniform. It's really comfortable. I'm sorry if I say a lot. This is just like one of the things that I really just have to think about, but just don't be one of those girls who wears like the skimpy tank tops and short shorts and is deemed a slut. Please don't be one of those people. I really hate it when I see like a really good girl but everyone thinks that she's like this one way because of the way she dresses. Just portray yourself, don't portray anyone else. Dress by the weather. Like, try to find out what the weather is before you go to school and dress with the weather, because if it's super, super cold outside and you still think it's like summer, and you wear short shorts or you wear shorts and a tank top to school, you're going to be freezing and you'll look like an idiot. Just saying. Or if it's going to be raining, bring an umbrella or wear rain boots. I don't know. Makeup. Try to go more neutral and fresh, and don't wear a bunch of cakey foundation or gobs and gobs of eyeshadow, because there are those times when you want to dress up, and if you wear makeup on a daily basis, you can't really dress up. No one sees a difference. But if you just wear minimal makeup every day, and then on those nights where you really want to dress up, you wear a whole bunch of makeup, then people can really see, well, not a whole bunch of makeup, but, something that really enhances your natural beauty, then people are really going to notice that, and they'll be like, oh, wow, she's really beautiful. And, yeah. Don't be annoying or rude, especially if you're a 6th grader. Try not to do annoying, stupid things. Like, use common sense. Don't stand smack dab in the middle of the hallway and block the whole hallway so people can't get by. And don't stand in front of someone's locker. Don't just have common sense. Don't do the stupid things, because people are going to get really mad at you. Follow the rules. I think I already touched on this a little bit, but just follow the rules and be a good kid, because you don't want your teachers not liking you or other students not liking you. Now on to lockers. Really try to keep your locker kind of organized, and Don't give your locker combination to anyone. And another tip is don't bring very, very valuable stuff to school. Like, don't bring an iPad. There's no really need in bringing all that extra valuable stuff, because then all it's going to do is get stolen, and you're not going to be happy about that. Don't give your locker combination to anyone, even your best friend. Just don't do it. Don't give your locker combination to anyone. And also, back to the organizing, try to keep your locker very organized. Keep it in a set up way where all your classes are like in order, so you don't get confused. And also try to keep like extra stuff in it. Keep extra pens and pencils, or an extra period kit, I guess. Extra clothes in case you have like something fun at school y'all are going to do and you don't know about it, and you ultimately forget about it, and you forget to bring extra clothes, and so you don't want to go home in wet clothes, especially if you ride the bus. Because keep an extra jacket in your locker in case it is cold and you forget a jacket at home, and just try to kind of keep extra clothes or something in there in case something happens. This one's kind of like personal preference. It's like what bag you want to carry. I carry a backpack, but in 6th grade I carried a tote bag, and I think that's fine for middle school and even high school, depending on where you go and how much work you have. Because if you have a bunch of bags, or a bunch of books and everything like that, you don't want to have a tote bag, because all it's going to do is strain your shoulder and you're going to have shoulder problems. So I would recommend a backpack if you have like a bigger workload, but if you go to like a school where you don't have that much homework, I really recommend a tote bag. But it's all pretty much in personal preference on what you want to bring. The next thing is keep a pencil pouch. A pencil pouch like this. This one's actually not a pencil pouch, it's a makeup case, but this year this is my pencil pouch. I change my pencil pouches pretty frequently. I don't know why, I just like switching them up and making them really cute, but this one's actually pretty large. I keep a lot of pens and pencils with me, but in 6th grade I did not have a pencil pouch, and I was always searching down in my bag for pencils and stuff, and your teachers get really mad at you, especially if you can't like find a pencil or something. Your teachers definitely get really mad at you because you're wasting their time and you're wasting everyone else in your class's time by trying to find a pencil. So pencil pouches are a must for me. That's another one of the personal preference things. It's just like all in what you want to do, but I really recommend having a pencil pouch. The next thing is lunch. Let's face it, school lunches are pretty horrible. Well, depending on where you go. I go to a private school, so my lunches are pretty amazing. Like, we have ice cream machines, and we have fresh cookies every day. And, oh my gosh, my food's just like amazing. And so it all depends on where you go. No one at my school brings lunches, but I know in a public school, like almost everyone brings their lunches, because most public school lunches are pretty horrible. I really recommend, if your school gives you like a lunch menu for every week, definitely try to go by that and see what you want to, if you want to bring your lunch every day, or if you only want to bring it on certain days, stuff like that. And I know a lot of people used to bring their own drinks, because most schools only have milk to drink, and that's just really gross. Milk with pizza, how disgusting is that? So it's all like what you want to bring. If you're okay with anything eating, I'm very picky, so I would bring my lunch a lot of the days. So yeah, it's all kind of in personal preference on that one too. The next thing is bring a snack, because you're supposed to eat every 2 to 3 hours, a little something every 2 to 3 hours. And if you wake up at 6 and you eat a small breakfast, then I know for me, I only eat like a really small breakfast because I am in the hurry in the mornings. So if you eat like a really small breakfast at 6 a.m., normally schools don't have lunch until like 11 or 12, so that's ultimately like 5 or 6 hours, and you're going to be starving, and you're going to overeat at lunch, and that's not a good thing. So bring a snack for in between breakfast and lunch. I recommend something really just bring a snack that's really filling. I mean, you can bring last night's oatmeal for all I care. Oatmeal. I meant to say meatloaf. It could be last night's meatloaf if you want to. I mean, like, seriously. Just bring a snack for in between lunch or breakfast and lunch, because I know I always get really, really starved and hungry, and I feel like I'm going to die. And also, if you do sports, you should probably bring a snack for after school, so you don't get sick at practice from hunger. I know like whenever I was swimming, if I didn't eat meat for lunch, I would get really sick and get really major headaches at swim practice because I was hungry and I hadn't had enough protein and energy to swim that day. So I would bring like energy bars or protein bars or even just Gatorade to give me energy to make it through practice. Bring a gym bag, like to put your gym clothes in, or keep your gym clothes in a gym locker if you get a gym locker, and try to keep like extra socks just in case something happens and you like sweat through your socks. And also always have extra deodorant with you, whether you keep it in your locker or keep it in your bag. Like, always keep extra deodorant or perfume with you, because after gym, if you sweat a lot, you're going to smell, and you're going to get laughed at if you smell. Okay, enough of that. I think I already said this, but like just bring extra period stuff in case you start, or extra clothes and stuff like that. There was something else I wanted to say. It was on the line with like gym stuff. Oh, like bring extra. I keep like a little bin in my locker that's like has the little 3 drawers. I keep that in my locker, and I keep extra pens and pencils and scissors and note cards. And then I also I would really recommend having a mirror in your locker or something like that. And also, I always kept like lip balm, and I always kept extra contacts because I wear contacts. So I would keep extra contacts and extra contact solution in there just in case something happened. And also lotion and perfume. Those are pretty much the big ones. And always bring gum to school with you, unless your school doesn't allow gum. Like, my school doesn't allow gum, and it's really stupid. So yeah, if you're allowed gum, good for you, and bring gum if you want some. Also, I recommend keeping like extra medicine, not like drugs, like illegal drugs, but like prescription drugs, especially if you have a cold or something and you know you have to take, or you have some kind of condition and you know you have to take medicine every few hours, then always keep that in your locker or in your bag with you, because that's something that's really important. Or if you have asthma, keep your inhaler with you. Don't forget that kind of stuff, because that stuff's important. Also, bring like extra Advil or ibuprofen or something like that, if your school allows it. My school, we're allowed to have our own medication with us in case something happens. Just try to keep extra of everything with you, just in case. You always want to be prepared, just in case something was to happen. And yeah, you enjoyed this video, and I really hope the tips worked, because there's something that this is all what I use, personal preference on everything. So I really hoped all these tips helped, and so this comes to the end of my middle school survival guide. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Also, if you have any requests, leave them in the comments below. I try to answer every single comment that I get, so just leave them down below and I will try to answer you. I'll see you next time. Bye!